everybody, Scott here. Hope you're having a great day. Today I want to talk about a question that comes up in almost every single listing appointment I go on, and that is, should you as the seller recondition or upgrade your home? 90% of the time the answer is yes, and it's for two reasons. The first has to do with emotions, and the second is all about math, and both of them are something to think about. Okay, the first reason that you want to consider upgrading or reconditioning your home has to do with the buyer's emotions. You want a buyer to emotionally fall in love with your home, imagine themselves living in that. It's very hard to do when they pull up and then your grass is dead, the paint's peeling on the front door, or the front screen is torn. You get inside, carpets are stained, you've got 25-year-old appliances, white tile counters, all the sort of things that you always wanted to fix but never got around to. Well, a buyer comes in and they look at that, and it really dampens the effect of the house. Furthermore, they start thinking, if they didn't fix the stuff that's visible, what about the stuff that's not? What about the stuff I can't see? Is that gone to hell also? And you really don't want to put that impression or thought in the mind of a buyer when they're deciding whether they're going to make an offer on your home. You want to get as many people excited and looking at your home to want to make offers, because that's how you get your multiple offers. That's how, if you have a good agent, we can get the price up and get you the highest return in the shortest amount of time. The second reason that you want to consider upgrading or reconditioning your home before you sell it has to do with math, specifically the math with a buyer's loan. So most buyers are purchasing your home with a loan, and they may be putting 20% down. So let's take your typical buyer with 20% down who's qualified for $1 million home purchase. Well, if all he has is $200,000 plus a little bit of closing costs, he's cutting it tight. You walk into the house and the buyer's spouse says, well, we got to do carpet, we've got to do paint, we've got to do resurface the pool. They're going $20,000, $30,000, $40,000. It's just adding up. And let's say they end up at $20,000 worth of work that they feel needs to be done for them to be willing to move in and present this house to their family and friends. If they don't have extra cash, that comes out of their down payment. So a reduction down payment is a $100,000 reduction in what that buyer can afford. Now, you might just say, well, then that buyer's not for me. But buyers looking at your house are looking up to the maximum they can afford. So if you're listed to $1 million, you don't have a lot of people who are approved up to 1.4 looking at it. They're looking at larger houses. So if somebody's looking at $1 million house and they find out they've got to put $20,000 into it, you've lost $100,000. And in a lot of cases, those just people just walk away from your house and never make an offer. They never ask the question. So spend the money, get the house looking right. And I understand some people don't have the money to spend, and that's where we come in. We have a reconditioning program. I'll meet with you and an interior designer. We'll decide what we're going to fix and what we're not. And then I will pay for the repairs. I'll manage the repair process. You pay me back at close of escrow. Since we get 2 to 4 times the return on the money that's spent, I'm going to spend $20,000 or $30,000. You're going to put $40,000 to $120,000 into your pocket at the end of the process. So it definitely makes sense. Definitely get you a faster sale at a higher price. And if you're thinking of selling your house, it's something to think about.